Hello viewers, my name is Samuel. Uh, my take today is about God created heaven and earth, but He did not choose to stay on earth, He decided to stay in heaven. So that means uh, heaven is the place where Jesus stays. Jesus is like God. Jesus is God. We know that, and every Christian should know that. And hear me now. If Jesus decided to come on earth, then the earth become the heaven. Heaven is heaven because Jesus stays in heaven. Heaven is where Jesus stays. God is a spirit. God manifesting himself through Jesus is a flesh. That means when you go to heaven, you will not meet God, you meet Jesus. Because God is spirit. And if God is spirit, you cannot see the spirit. Now, if Jesus today decides to go to hell and he stays in hell, because hell is a place where God made for the Satan, not for people, for the Satan and his angels. If now Jesus decides he wants to relocate to hell, then the hell becomes heaven because of the presence of Jesus. People think heaven is what we see, how nice, but that is not heaven. Heaven, there is an heaven which was made. When we read about the earth and the planet, the Mercury, those all things, but there is a place called paradise where Jesus now stays, which we call heavenless. If now the Jesus decides now to go to hell, then he relocate with his kingdom. I don't know if someone doesn't understand him here. When he decides now to go to hell, then everything on heaven goes to hell. Then the hell becomes heaven. Every person now will start praying that, oh, me, I want to go to hell because it's where Jesus is. Now, my point is, because when you read about in the book of Ephesians, that Jesus lives in us. When we died, he came to live his life in us. That means is live in us. That means the heaven is in us. Now we are the heaven. I know somebody is confused now. The heaven is in us. Now we are the heaven. Or can I give you this example? When the president of Kenya he stays in State House, then the president decides now you want to go to Mombasa to stay there, to relocate to Mombasa. Then everything, the machinery or the government will go to Mombasa. That means the State House is not the State House without the president. Now the heaven is not heaven without Jesus. And if now Jesus decides to stay in us, then we become the heaven, because heaven is where Jesus stays with his kingdom. When you read about Matthew 10, I think the verse 7, because the kingdom is in our heart. Now that means we have the kingdom in us. We are the kingdom because Jesus, well, okay, first, Jesus did not come in the world like a prophet. People think Jesus was a prophet. Jesus was not a prophet. Jesus was a king. He was the king because he came to establish the kingdom of heaven on earth. Now, when Jesus decided to stay in us, all the kingdom of heaven is in us. Now we are the heaven. When now people are going to church praying, oh, let the heaven come. Let the heaven come. Let the heaven open. But when you appear because you know who you are, then the heaven has come. The people should stop praying about that prayer because you are the heaven. I know some people now are confused. But in my view, listen to this. Sometimes we need to understand these things. When we understand these things, then it can become easier. And the devil wants us not to understand these things because when we understand these things, then the devil is scared. Now, if you are the heaven, if Jesus stays in you, then you are the heaven. You don't need another heaven. Are you understanding me? When Jesus comes down, okay, we says when you read the book of Revelation, when you read the angels in heaven, they are worshiping God, which is Jesus in the throne. But when Jesus comes in down, like he comes and lives in you, that means there are no angels in heaven because Jesus is in you. So the angels who are worshiping Jesus, they are like there you are. They are worshiping Jesus in you. Now, when I say we are the heaven, what is in heaven? What is when you people say, "I want to go to heaven." What are you going to meet in heaven? You are going to meet Jesus, who is in you. Now that means the people who knows they have Christ, you don't need another heaven. You have the heaven in you. My take today.